Everyone, and welcome to Art with Miss Smith, me. I hope you all enjoyed Carter Goodrich's story. Nobody wants to hug a cactus because it was a great story. Now, if you have not watched it, go back to the other video and watch the story, right? So Hank is the main character in that story of Goodrich's, and he's exactly who we're going to draw a portrait of today. So let's get started. Before we start, I just want to give us the time to go and hug the closest person that is nearest to you, just like Hank was given a hug in the story. And then once we've done that, we can write our name on our paper. So here's my name. I'm writing my name. And then I want you to write the name of the person you gave a hug to. And I gave a hug to my son, and his name is Abraham. Right? Hugs make you feel good, right? Makes you feel so grand. And then I want you to flip your paper over. Once you are finished, flip it over, and we can begin to draw our portrait of Hank. Now, Hank in the story was, a nice little caliber. Some may think he's nice, but he became much more calm once he received a hug, right? Yeah. Everyone loves hugs. Hugs helps you focus for the new task at hand. So I'm gonna start by drawing Hank's pot, the pot that he's in, right? I'm gonna draw a horizontal line somewhere in the middle of my paper. And then I'm gonna draw a curved line down this way and another curved line in down that way. And I'm going to connect these two curved lines by drawing another curved line just like that. Okay. So now that I've drawn Hank's pot that he's in, I'm going to draw Hank's neck because we are drawing a portrait and we won't see like the rest of his body. So I'm going to draw a straight vertical line up, maybe to the top portion of the page, and I'm going to curve and I'm going to come right back down into that pot, just like that. So I'm going to draw his arms, right? So it's going to be a curved line on this side that goes up. He's kind of like in a cactus stance with his arms up, the yoga cactus stand. That's when you put both your arms up and you breathe. So this is me drawing Hank in a relaxing yoga stance, right? So here's his other arm going up. I'm gonna draw his arm the same way I drew the other arm, curved line up and then curved down and then right back in to his neck. So now I'm gonna draw a curved line from the pot to finish the pot, from there to his neck right there, just like that. I'm going to draw another curved line on the other side, just like that. And so then I'm going to draw a curved line coming down and then inward, another one down and then inward. So now he's like in a actual pot, right? So now we can begin the fun part, which is drawing Hank's face. You can draw your eyes however you want. His nose, if you want to draw a nose. Hank didn't really have a nose in the Cactus story by Goodrich, but if you want to draw his nose, you definitely can. I want to draw his eyes. Now he's at peace, so I'm going to draw his eyes closed like he's sleeping. Two curved lines just like that. And then I'm going to draw another curved line right here because he is smiling, right? He's at peace. And so that's basically it, right? Only thing left for us to do is to create texture, right? So I'm going to pull my paper down a little bit so you can see the texture of Hank's hair, of the thorns of the cactus. So I'm going to draw a vertical line coming right out the top, just like that. I'm going to continue that vertical line like that, but a little bit shorter. Diagonal line, sorry, diagonal line, diagonal line, diagonal line. Then when we get close to his face, I'm going to go like into the line and draw some more diagonal lines, just like that. So Hank has a mohawk, right? So I'm going to draw the top of his mohawk, just like that. Another diagonal line here, diagonal line there, diagonal line there, there. And then once I get like rounding that corner, I'm going to go inside with more diagonal lines. Now you can stop the video whenever you feel like it. If you feel like I'm going too fast for you, you can stop, you can rewind it just to make sure that you are drawing on your time, okay? So I'm gonna put more diagonal lines. Now I'm gonna go inside of his head, right? I'm gonna draw up just like that, like in between the lines that I already drew, right? Here's some more diagonal lines. Right, and there's my hanky poo. Look at him, he's so cute. So now I'm gonna draw diagonal lines around his arms. But before I do that, I wanna draw a flower because most of the time when cactuses grow, they grow flowers and he's at peace. So I think that he will be more at peace when like he's growing something, right? So I'm gonna draw a circle right on top of his arm, just like that. I'm gonna draw my scallop line that we learned about before. Here's my scallop line going around that circle. And then one more scallop line, just like that. Now I'm gonna finish my diagonal lines on his skin, right? On the outside of his arms. Diagonal line, right? And that is basically it. I mean, if you want to put texture inside of Hank's face, right, you can put a little bit of texture because cactus have those kind of bumps. So I'm just going to draw like small, thin vertical lines going down like this, right? Just to show that he is, you know, relaxing and has texture, right? And I can do the same thing in his arms, right? Curve that line going there, curve another line going here. And on the bottom inside of his pot, we're going to decorate that. And these are nothing more than just diagonal lines, but we call this diagonal line because it's repeating. We call these diagonal lines a zigzag line. So a zigzag line is diagonal to the up, diagonal down, up, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down. It's a pattern of diagonal lines, the zigzag line, up and down. I'm going to draw another zigzag line right underneath that. It's going to be parallel to that one, so it's not going to touch it, okay? Diagonal up, diagonal down, 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 right? And so basically that is it. Let me just put a little curve line right here, right? Basically that's it. That's our Hank and he is at peace. We have successfully created a portrait of Hank the cactus. If you want, like right now, it looks like Hank is floating in the air. So we don't want that, right? We want him to be on the ground. So you can draw a horizontal line from Hank's pot all the way to the edge of your paper. And then on the other side of Hank, do the same thing. Horizontal line all the way to the edge of your paper. Okay? You can even put a shadow here. I'm going on and on and on. Like I love to draw, as you can see. You could put a shadow here to represent light on the paper if you want. You can color it however you want, right? And once you're finished coloring, I want you to turn your paper right back over, right? And I want you to write about what you learned today, right? So you can put on your paper, you can say, I learned, right? I learned, and then tell me what you learned, okay? And if you want, you could tell me what you like about your portrait. I like, and then tell me what you like about the portrait you created of Hank. And if you don't like something, you could say, I do not like, right? And then tell me what you do not like about the portrait that you created of Hank. So we have successfully created our artwork. I hope you had a great time with me today. I miss you and I love you all. Thank you for coming and have a wonderful day. And once you finish your masterpiece, once you finish coloring, doing your critique about what you like and what you don't like, please send the picture to me in Google Classroom or in Class Dojo to your regular teacher, okay? Bye, everyone. I love you. See you next time.